Hello, welcome to Music Meets Tech. My name is Hugh-sung, and today we're going to be talking about digital pianos, and specifically, we're going to be taking a look at a very special program called Pianoteq, developed by Modart. I have a confession to make. I have always hated digital pianos. They have always, to me, felt artificial, they felt unnatural, they really felt like toys. I couldn't take these instruments seriously, and I never thought I'd ever come to the point where that digital pianos would really be a true artistic instrument. Well, that all changed when I was introduced to this fascinating program called Pianoteq. I'm going to spend a few moments in this podcast to try to explain the main differences between the typical digital piano, which is pretty much all the instruments you're going to find out there, and this program, Pianoteq, which is different from almost any other digital keyboard that I have ever played on. Even different from other sample libraries which seek to recreate high-end pianos like Steinways or Bösendorfers. This program, I think, represents the future of digital instruments, and I think really the first true opportunity for classical musicians to take these instruments seriously as an artistic tool for musical expression. Let's talk a little bit about digital pianos. Digital pianos are basically sophisticated recording playback systems. Every time you play a note on a digital piano, what it's doing is playing back or triggering a recording of an actual acoustic piano that was recorded by striking the key at different velocities. So when you play the key slowly on a digital piano, you will trigger a softer recording. The faster trigger or the faster keystroke will trigger a louder recording. Okay, now typically, and this is something I didn't realize until I started researching digital pianos, typically a digital piano will have sampled between 8, maybe 10 different velocities of key strikes for each note. Well, 8 to 10 key strikes doesn't give you a lot of colors to play with. And in fact, those recordings are pretty much static. It's just a recording. Of course, you can hold the key and then you can listen to the recording play until the note dies or has that decay. But there is no real interaction from one note to the next. Okay? So you're basically playing a set of static recordings. And this is why most classical musicians or most classical pianists, when they're given the option to play a digital piano, they really turn up their noses on these things because it's like asking a painter to suddenly work with 10 crayons rather than their full palette of paints. They just feel like we feel like our hands are tied. We feel like we really can't express what we want, and they just feel like toys.